Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Lisa here, and in this video I wanted to share with you our experience building an industrial style dining table without any prior experience or knowledge or even professional tools. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. So without further ado, let's get started. I spent a fair bit of time trying to find a perfect dining table, and I've come across a lot of industrial style dining tables like this. And to be fair, I got really obsessed with them. So they were a bit outside of our budget. That's why we decided to attempt to build one ourselves. In the end, we spent just shy of £230, and that includes everything, including very expensive table legs. But it was possible to do it even cheaper, so let's get started. Step 1 was ordering wood. We found the seller on Gumtree and ordered 6 reclaimed wood planks. I will leave the link to the seller down in the comments, just in case you're interested. But we decided to go with reclaimed wood because we wanted to achieve a specific look, and we also wanted to give the planks a second life. So in total we paid about £45 for 6 wooden boards, and that included the delivery. So in case you can pick them up yourself, you will end up paying about maybe £25 to £30. And if you don't require cutting them, you will pay even less. Just in case you're wondering, they're 150 centimeters long. We ordered our very expensive table and bench legs from Hartley's Direct, and they arrived quite fast in just 3 or 4 days. We paid about £130 including delivery for both of them, but to be fair, they were totally worth it because they ended up looking amazing. However, if you want to save a bit of money, I recommend ordering hairpin legs because they are cheaper. Because we wanted a specific shape, a shape like this one, we decided to stick with Hartley's Direct. But there are plenty of providers, and if you're in a hurry, you can even find some frames on Amazon. We decided to go with 4 boards in a row. So we were thinking of making the table a bit narrower because our room is quite narrow. But in the end, it looks much better with 4 boards, and it goes down to kind of the length of the frame itself. We decided to start our tiny project with a bench because we wanted to avoid irreversible damage, damaging 4 boards at a time. So the bench only required 2, so it would have been less of a damage in case we messed something up. So the first step was building a special plank like this one to make sure all the holes will be aligned. It was quite easy to make it and took about maybe half an hour or so, but it simplified the process of drilling the holes quite significantly. As you can see, the holes are all done now. We also bought 4 cm wooden dowels from Screwfix or Toolstation. I don't really remember where exactly did we buy them, but we used them to join the boards before we would glue them together. So as you can see, they're not that perfectly aligned, but in the end we cut that difference with a circular saw. We also bought 3 of large clamps from Screwfix. Those clamps are used to hold the boards together once they are glued. Here we're just kind of attempting to see if our measures were correct and we can actually join these boards. As it turned out, one of the holes was not perfect, so we had to take out one of the wooden dowels and glue the boards without that last bit. And now it's a cutting time. So we had a circular saw, but in case you don't have one, just buy a handsaw. Okay, it seems like we haven't messed the bench too much, and it's time to start with the table. So for the table, we've cut the wooden boards on their side parts to hide all the imperfections and make them join together in a nicer way. And it's time to drill the holes, to do exactly the same we've done for the bench before, and then glue them together and use the large clamps. In order to prevent the table from getting too deformed, we attached two of the clamps on one side and then flipped the table and attached a third clamp on the other side, just to kind of try to even the table out, because it is a bit deformed, as you can see, but I find it okay because it's a bit rustic. In the meantime, the bench is getting dry because we applied the epoxy glue on top of all the holes and joints and imperfections, and you need to wait for about 24 hours for it to dry, but it depends on each of the glues. That's what ours said on the package. Once it's dry, we can sand it again. Okay, it's been over 24 hours, it's been sanded, and now it's the most exciting part, and it's time to stain it. And I'm gonna stain it with the Danish oil I bought from B&Q, and I'm gonna use the medium oak shade of the Danish oil, which is actually quite popular because it was sold out in 2 of the shops. That's how it looks like, by the way. You need to apply 3 coats, and let's start with the first one. Okay, with the first coat done, we're gonna wait for 6 hours and apply the second coat. So that's how it looks after 2 coats, and I think it's just the right amount of dark. So as a third coat, I'm going to apply the natural shade of Danish oil, just because I don't want it to be too dark. While it's drying, we continue working on the table. It's literally the same process. We sanded, then we applied epoxy, and then we sanded it again. And now another exciting moment. We are attaching the bench legs, and that's how it's looking. I actually quite like it. What do you guys think? Considering it's our first time ever making furniture, I don't think it looks bad at all. And it's quite comfy, to be fair, for a bench. Now it's time to do the same for the table, only we decided to change the sequence of things. So we decided to attach the legs and then stain the tabletop. Again, twice with a medium dark oak and once with the shade natural. So, to summarize, it took us just over 2 weeks to build this table and bench, and to be fair, it's not too long given the fact that A, we have full-time jobs, B, the weather hasn't been great outside, so we were not able to complete some of the tasks we were supposed to do because we don't have a garage, and finally, it's our first time building furniture, like first time ever, so I don't think it's a bad result at all. As you can see, it has imperfections, it's a bit crooked, but it doesn't look too bad at all, or I don't know. let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions at all, ask them in the comments or drop me a message at our London cottage and I'll be happy to help. See you guys in the next videos. Bye bye!